Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about weakness and how you can stop being weak once and for all. Now let's get right into the video. At first I will talk about how society is actually telling you that weakness recently is a good thing. I've seen a lot of videos, maybe you've also seen that one video. There's some kind of overweight person and they're saying, oh, weakness is a good thing. I love being weak. It's good to show all of your emotions. Just run around, and whenever you feel like crying, just run around and cry. That's a good thing. It's awesome, right? No, it's not. It's really bad. I disagree strongly with anybody who talks about, oh, it's great to show weakness. You should always, as a man, show weakness. That's bullshit. That never helped me. Me personally, that never helped a single time in my life. Because in the end of the day, if you run around and show your weakness, you will not get empathy or sympathy from anybody. And that's the truth. In this video, you will maybe not like this video. Maybe this video will be too much for you, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm not here to lie to you and tell you, oh, you know what? Everything is fine. If you're a loser who lives with your parents and who doesn't do nothing in his life, who's overweight, who never did a single push-up in their life, oh, that's a great thing. That's awesome. That's how you can get what you want. That's great. That's how you can start talking to the girls, lose weight. No, that's not the reality, right? This is not reality. And that's the issue that I also have with people who run around and tell you, oh, just always wear your heart on your sleeve and show everybody your all emotions. I strongly disagree. Never show the other people that are not your closest friends or family, the closest ones, your family mostly. Don't show anybody else your emotions, because what does that bring you? What benefit do you have from showing other people how you feel? If you're for example in some kind of negotiation and then you all randomly start crying and the other people know, okay, this person is in a position of weakness, so now I'm going to put a hammer on them. Don't start showing the weakness. And maybe if you also read the book The 50 Laws of Power, highly recommend you read that book. It's a really good book. Read that book. And inside of that book, Robert Greene talks about, I think there's one chapter that talks about, don't show your emotions and don't be obvious. Don't be easy to read, because you have to realize people are not that attracted to people who are easy to read and who just show everything and tell you everything on the single time. Because let's think about it. If you're just running around and everybody knows what you're up to, you're a boring person. You're irrelevant because you're easy to read and there's nothing special about you. There's no suspense. You're just a weak person who's just crying maybe all the time, and in the end of the day people will get sick of it. And that's also what I had back in my own life. I was a weak person. I was mostly running around and crying to everybody. I oftentimes started crying in public, and actually in the end of the day the thing that I wanted was sympathy, and some people showed me sympathy, but it was mostly fake sympathy and they really didn't care. Because let's face it, the reality is most people will not give two fucks about you. I'm sorry, this is the reality. Most people will not care about you. Your family are actually the only people that mostly care about you, and everybody else, even if they kind of act like, oh, they care, maybe even if you're their closest, if you are their closest friends, then they probably will care about you. But you shouldn't be worrying about how much other people will care, because most people will not care. And when you're showing that weakness, when you are a weak person, that will not give you any benefits in any area of your life. There's no argument. Yeah, even if you're like, oh, I will get sympathy, people will like me. No, I tell you who will give you sympathy. The people that are actually simps and the people who are also weak, they will give you sympathy. But the second that you are actually starting to become stronger and achieving your goals, the same people that were giving you sympathy will start pulling out their little knives. So they have like imaginary knives, or maybe they have real knives, and then they will pull out their knives and they will stab you in the back, because that's what weak people do. Weak people have no backbone. They will just run around and stab people in the back. So you shouldn't be somebody who's weak, and it will not give you any benefit. Trust me, I've been a weak person. I'm not talking about, oh, I've always been a strong person, so I don't know how you feel. I know how you feel. I know what it is to be weak. I know, I've been in your situation. So what can you do? That's the big question. You may be hearing this and asking, oh man, but Ray, what can I do? I'm weak right now. It's a reality. No problem. Except that maybe right now you are actually a weak person. It's highly probable that you are weak. That's really the reality. Now what can you do in that situation? The first thing that I would do when I would be back in that situation, I would start working out. I would start having a strict diet and start cutting out most of the sugar and start really working out at least 3 times a day, maybe even 4 times a day or more often. Start doing some push-ups, start maybe with body weight training, or just go directly to the gym, or maybe even go into mixed martial arts and boxing. Because automatically think about it. If you're somebody who knows how to fight, then the probability of you being somebody weak is really low, because you cannot be weak when you're inside of the gym. When you're inside of the gym and you're doing boxing, doing kickboxing, doing Muay Thai, doing MMA, doing grappling, doing wrestling, doing BJJ, if you're doing these things and you're inside of the gym and you're being weak, then you will get punished, and then you will get your face kicked in. Yeah, you will get destroyed. And then after that session, and you go again and you come again, and then through that process you will learn the process of getting more resilient. You're getting strong in the gym because you learn how to take shots, how to roll with the punches. You have to realize realize that most people who are actually training and getting the confidence when they're training, especially when it comes to combat sports, these people get their confidence and they're not weak because they know what adversity feels like. And when you've been in a situation, think about it, when you have been in a situation where somebody is literally trying to hurt you with their fists, somebody's actually coming at you and punching you in the face, he's trying to punch you in the face or kick you in your ribs, trying to hurt you real bad, then you will realize, oh my god, this is actual adversity. You will get nervous and you will be faced with all your weaknesses. From my experience, every training that I did actually started exposing my own weaknesses. I got like, it's kind of like a mirror. I consider it to be a mirror. You get a mirror of your own weaknesses and you will find the point where you are like, oh my god, I'm ready to quit like a weak person, and then maybe you will find that spot where you're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to persevere, I'm not going to quit right now. And when you do that in training, that will translate over into your life. That's what happened for me when I did that in the physical realm. So when I started transforming my body, I literally transformed my body from being a weak person who was not only weak in my mind but also weak in my body. When I transformed my body to be stronger, my mind also got stronger. David Goggins always talks about callousing your mind. If you've never seen David Goggins, go check him out. After this video, go watch some videos from David Goggins. But he talks about callousing your mind, and that's the thing that you also need to do. That's also what I had experienced in my own life. I also calloused my mind through the physical pain and the physical struggle. That's the one thing I did. That's the main thing that really helped. And then also controlling your diet, not really giving into your different urges. If you feel like, oh, I now need to eat a cake, or when you're in the restaurant, you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to order a Coke. No, don't order the Coke. Maybe go with a Coke without sugar, or maybe even better, go for the water. Don't give in to your urges. Don't be a weak person, and especially don't be physically weak, because when you're physically weak, you will automatically feel worse about yourself. It's difficult, think about it, it's difficult for you if you're somebody who's weak and you know if somebody would come up and slap you, you couldn't do nothing. You couldn't do literally nothing. That's the definition of a weak person. For example, I could tell you if somebody would try to slap me, then they would probably land in the hospital. That would be not a good thing for them, because I know how to defend myself. I know how to fight. And you need to learn that too if you really want to start getting stronger in your life. And if you're like, you know what, I don't directly want to go to a fighting gym, no problem, but train physically and also start developing your mind. Go into your mind and think about it. Why do you consider yourself weak? What has happened in the past that has actually caused you to believe that you are a weak person? And then you need to go and confront the thing that you're most afraid of. That's what helped me back in the day. Start confronting your fears. So for me, it was the fear of going up and talking to strangers. So I started confronting that fear, and automatically I started losing the layers of weakness. It was like slowly but surely I started to develop myself, and I'm still in the process. And for me personally, the process never ends, in my opinion. So I started developing myself, getting stronger and laying away the layers of weakness. And oftentimes the layers of weakness, they come with thoughts of weakness. You start believing yourself, oh, I'm weak, I actually cannot do that. But when you start turning that around physically and mentally, then also your self-talk will also develop. You will all of a sudden not think those thoughts. So for me, for example, I almost never have thought of, oh, I'm too weak, I cannot do that. Oftentimes when I have these thoughts, automatically in my mind it's like, oh, I'm strong enough, I can do that. I'm not afraid of anyone. And this is the thought process that you have to go through. You have to go through a literal transformation. If you're a weak person right now, this will be hard. I'm telling you, this video right here is the reality, and it will not be easy. You have to work on it every single day. You have to strip away the weakness and start to become hard like iron. This is what you should strive to be. You should strive to be a tough person, somebody who's not just giving up, who's not like, oh, I can't do it, I'm too weak. No, you need to be somebody who's strong and who can fend for themselves, who's not afraid to take maybe a punch but give one back. This is my personal attitude towards that. Maybe you have a different opinion, please let me know, but I will wrap this video up. I hope this video was helpful for you. Don't get hypnotized, guys. Don't get hypnotized by the stupid videos some people post, because those people have not your good intentions inside of their heart. They want to destroy you, they want to see you weak, and they want to see you to be a simp. That's what they want you to be. So don't fall into the traps that they tell you in different media, YouTube, or even on television especially. Don't believe these people, and you know who those people are. If you're one of those people and you're listening to this right now, you know who you are. These people who propagate these bullshit narratives. Don't believe that. Don't be somebody weak. Don't run around and keep your emotions outside. Don't show the enemy what your emotions are. Please listen to me. Please implement this into your life. Start working out. And I hope this video was interesting. Thank you. Until next time, guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.